Hey friend, welcome to the Self-Care Isn't Selfish podcast. I'm your host, Emily Nichols. I'm a self-care coach who is on a mission to help you get your body and mind fit through simple and sustainable self-care habits. And I get it. I'm a busy working boy mom who used to feel like a hot mess all the time until I found a solution, my own self-care routine. And friend, I want that for you too. Join us each week to hear attainable self-care tips for all areas of your life from my amazing guests or Quickie episodes with me, sharing my own experiences and professional wellness knowledge. After each episode, you'll leave with an action plan to start making self-care a priority in your life and get your body and mind fit. So grab a cup of coffee, glass of wine, or your favorite sparkling water, and let's do this. You're listening to episode 69 of the Self-Care Isn't Selfish podcast. Hey, you like that new intro? Okay. No, I love my intro music. I'm not getting rid of that anytime soon, but I wanted to narrow down a little bit more about what the Self-Care Isn't Selfish podcast is all about and give you a clearer vision of what my mission is as a self-care coach. Yes, I do personal training and mindset and habit work, and I'm a Whole30 coach. But what I'm doing is all focused around self-care and habits to help you feel your best and really just disrupt the way we look at wellness, right? It's not a 30-day thing. It's not a 60-day, 30-day, 90-day thing, a 1-year thing. It's a lifestyle. Like we mentioned a couple episodes back, health has no finish line. Your wellness has no finish line, and I feel that same way with your self-care journey. It's ever evolving. So let's get into today's Quickie episode. This was inspired by my personal training clients. They're about halfway through their 4-week program and they're doing so good. I'm so proud of them for getting their workouts in, but also scheduling time for self-care and some new mindset shifts and habits in order to keep this momentum going beyond the time that we're working together. So I've created 5 days of training for them, 5 different workouts for them, training different parts of their bodies and their minds as well. And then over the weekend, I just encourage them to rest or get out and do something fun, especially outdoors. Now, if you're like me, I love to work out. You've heard me say this tons of times. It's my favorite and probably the most important tier of my self-care routine because of all the multiple benefits I feel from it. You know, not only the physical, but the mental and spiritual and community as well, working out with other friends and girlfriends. So when you have all those good for you feelings, it can be really hard to take a rest day, right? It's really, really challenging. You know, but when you don't, it's going to lead to overuse and injuries. You know, sometimes our bodies catch up to our mind at a slower rate. So your mind, you might be telling yourself, I don't need a rest day today, while your body actually really needs it. So I think it's really important for you to plan a rest day within your schedule, especially if you haven't really mastered listening to your body yet. If you have it already scheduled within your week to take a rest day, then you'll take it and be able to rejuvenate, regenerate, and be able to tackle your workouts from there on out. It's going to force you to rest if you're just not in tune with your body yet. And you know, this applies not only to working out, but I think it applies to life in itself. Are you able to take a rest day during the week? Are you too busy? Or are you? You know, like we've talked about a couple episodes back, how to make more time and scheduling out your time. I think it's really important for you to schedule rest within your day, whether it's just 15 minutes of getting outside and doing something active, nothing too intense, just that can be considered restful, or Sunday evenings, just resting and relaxing with your family. I think it's really important to schedule that as well, just so you're able to regenerate and rejuvenate your mind and your heart and soul as well. Now, I always recommend at least 1 rest day a week to my clients. You can obviously take more if you need it, but schedule it in there. But again, I'm going to share with you 5 signs for when you need a rest day if you're just still not really convinced or sure that you need a rest day. So let's get into it. Number 1, you're exhausted even after a full night's rest. So last week I took an Orange Theory class and I just felt terrible the whole time. I felt sluggish. The weights just felt so heavy. Running felt like forever. The rower felt like I was never going to get off that dang thing. And I knew why. It was because I had got up early, too many early mornings. I hadn't made time for rest. I was going to bed later and I felt it. And it wasn't an effective workout. So if you're exhausted even after a full night's of rest, you need to take a rest day. Don't work out that day. I promise you'll be okay. Number 2, your muscles are still sore and fatigued. So usually you're really sore a couple days later after a workout. So if you can barely walk, maybe you need to take a rest day. And a rest day can be low impact. You can do yoga, just like a brisk walk outside, foam rolling. There's a lot of really cool free stuff on YouTube along those lines. Or you can work out a different part of your body that day instead of the same muscle group as well. So rest those sore muscles. Number 3, another sign you might need a rest day is you're dehydrated. You're just not drinking enough water. Water actually helps with the restorative process, and being dehydrated makes you actually feel fatigued too, and you don't have that energy to really push yourself in your workout. So make sure you're drinking enough water. Number 4, you have just felt slow or weak in the last couple of workouts. So last week I took that Orange Theory workout and was like, that was just terrible. I did not feel good during it or afterwards. It just felt so hard. And that was okay. I mean, most of the workouts are hard there, let's face it. But it felt extra hard, and it just felt hard in my head and everything. So if you have felt slow or weak in your last couple of workouts, they're not going to be as effective that way. Your form starts to falter as well, and that could lead to, again, injury. So make sure you take a rest day. And number 5, you are cranky. You are just super cranky pants. Your workouts just aren't giving you that good feeling you desire and that it usually gives you. And even after a workout, you're just still cranky, and you probably need to go take a nap. You probably need to go take a nap and rest. So gang, like I said earlier, this applies not only to fitness and working out, but taking a rest day throughout your week is good for your soul. And I definitely recommend scheduling it within your week. So we're going to be talking about this more in my weekly free Facebook group. You can click the link in the show notes to join us. We're going to be talking about how to take a rest day, some examples of what you could do on a rest day, because I know it's hard sometimes to take a rest day, and this won't be only about fitness. This will be about lifestyle as well, ways you can rest within your life too. So I hope you join us. It's free every Thursday. I post a worksheet, and it's just like a little mini workshop to help you take action and take the next steps from what you listened to this week's podcast. So gang, thank you so much again for listening. Hey, and make sure you're subscribed to my newsletter. I always include that in the show notes as well. Those folks always get a bonus self-care tip from me every week, but they also, my gang over there, gets first-hand info. They are the first to know when new things are launching, which we're into November and December. And I've been teasing the past couple of months, hey, there's a lot of new stuff coming in November and December and in January. And I can't wait to share more with you. But sign up for my newsletter if you want to find out more and be the first to know. And I promise I don't spam. That's gross. I just send you one email every week just to give you a little extra self-care inspiration. So gang, thanks again for listening. If you loved today's episode, please leave a comment and review down below. That would be so appreciated. And also give me a follow on Instagram at EmilyNichols22. I'm always posting a lot of fun content over there. So again, thank you for listening. Sending you all lots of love. And remember, self-care isn't selfish.